Alright, this is going to be a VOD review of Winston on Ilios.
No. No! Mada.
Alright, right here, don't your dive target shouldn't be a Roadhog that has 600 HP.
Monkey's
I don't know, you never target Roadhog as a Winston unless he's the very last one left.
almost dead on the point.
You should be ideally looking for supports. Like, Zenyatta should always be your primary diving target.
Nice shit. 3 limbs. Bam. Cold damage. It's like a second into the game.
Alright.
Scared the shit out of me. I thought you were an enemy.
Whenever you're playing Winston on a King of the Hill, always try to dive their supports. If they have a Zenyatta, it's always Zenyatta first, and then you'll go like Zarya, DPS. It's not worth diving tanks just because you just do so little damage that you'll likely not kill him.
I have an ult.
Probably wasn't worth ulting right there. I think you could have made it out alive without ulting.
Right.
And like right there, you shouldn't be going for a Roadhog. You'll never kill him in ult unless he's like 100 HP.
And Blizzard bitch. Alright, when you Blizzard, I'll yep.
I love this feeling.
Lucio behind you, Reaper.
Who?
There's a Lucio behind you.
Okay, you're looking for the Junkrat right here. That's good. If he was in a bad situation, you could have, or spot, you would have killed him.
Oh my god, McCree got me.
Oh, bullshit.
Since your Ana has nano boost, you could actually ask her for it in the next fight.
Screw up.
Or she could give it to your Reaper. It's not a. Either way, you probably would win. You will probably win the next fight. So right here, you should be looking for a Zenyatta instead of a Lucio with the healing orb on him. You seem to be going for the Roadhog a lot instead of looking for supports, which I think is probably not a good target to try to focus.
No way!
Alright. In that situation, like ideally, you try to want to fight support instead of chasing McCree. If you just like focus as Zenyatta instead of chasing McCree, you guys probably would have capped point.
I just got booped off.
Yeah, it's really weird. Your Ana's been holding on to ult for a really long time. Like, Ana ult on Winston is extremely good.
Alright, Zarya. Use your ultimate on Reaper. We gotta get this going. I got my hand boost.
Me too. I have my ult. Oh.
Oh, you guys go!
Like ideally, you should try not to stagger in. Like go in with your teammates. I believe you're just with the Zarya, and your two supports aren't behind you, or in a position to actually help you out. Yeah, if you keep just going in by yourself, it's hard to win fights.
Ready to about ready to boost me?
Yeah.
I mean, I died immediately.
Yeah, I think a big problem was you guys were running early on, but you just kept staggering, so it's almost impossible to win like 3v6 fights. Like other than that, like don't focus. Roadhog is Winston. It takes you do 60 damage per second as Winston's Tesla cannon. If he presses E, then that's like 900 HP. That'll take you 15 seconds just sticking on him. Like as Winston, ideally you always want to dive supports, and when you dive, you always want to dive when you have your shield up. So ideally, what would happen is you'll dive, and your Zarya will shield you, and then you'll shield after the Zarya bubble breaks, which makes it the most efficient for divings.
I can't wait to get into the fight.
Like try not to dive unless you have shield, unless you know that you'll survive that fight. If it's just like
Not
one
playing that
one
well right
Zenyatta,
now.
then it's
Hopefully
definitely
I'll
worth
step it
diving
up
without
here.
shield.
I have gold damage, but I'm not finishing off kills.
Well, let's just see what happens.
And try, you shouldn't
Defense matrix.
you shouldn't justify plays by like the amount of medals you have. I don't know if that was you talking in
Dude, Diva's hard on capture the point.
Fully operational. Time to raise my AP taking the point. Don't worry.
So playing Diva is different, like inherently different than playing Winston on King of the Hill, because in addition to being able to dive, you also have a lot of utility in your defense matrix that you could use to like be a tank for your teammate. Like right here, you guys got picks, and you should be playing aggressively.
Time to raise my APM.
Alright, here we go.
This is how you play it. Yeah.
Shoot down.
Stupid Lucio. Thanks.
Get through this.
Alright, you guys got 2 picks. You guys could be playing a lot more aggressively here.
Oh, stupid Junkrat now gets so close to being dead.
You could play really aggressively right here and kill the Junkrat.
I have my ult, Bryce, when I come back.
Yeah, so it looks like the other team's doing the same thing you guys
Yeah, sorry, let's
had an
tear
issue with
ults.
last time, where they're just staggering in and not actually getting a full team of 6 to actually push in.
Time to raise my APM. Defense matrix.
Nope, not yet. Do it. Do it.
You were really out of position right there,
These
where
are gonna-
you could have just like shifted onto point instead of just taking all that damage from the Zenyatta and losing back.
me.
Yeah, if you just played point and just didn't play on that bridge and back up to a point where you're in like a chokehold, you guys could have done a lot better in that team fight.
My bad, I kind of blew my.
No, it's alright. I got a couple of them.
Charging up.
Just hold off for a second.
We're raping.
Are you good?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're good.
Nerf this. Mecha activated. I'm back in the fight. Justice.
Round 2. 1.
Yep.
The point.
Yep. Yep. Now I'm good. 20 limbs. Here we go. Here we go.
Score.
Go. Stepped it back up.
1-1.
Here we go. Let's go now. Here we go.
Game on.
A disciplined mind is your most dependable ally.
This is a good Lucio.
Healing enhanced.
So as Diva, ideally, what you should be trying to do is play. You could play both offensively and defensively as Diva. You have a defense matrix that's really useful for your team in that it blocks everything that comes towards whatever is in your defense matrix. And once you say like your team gets a kill or gets 1 or 2, then you should start playing really aggressively and try to capitalize on that advantage.
2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Diva's not like Winston where you're forced to play aggressively because he doesn't have the utility of Diva's defense matrix. And his entire utility is just diving. Like right here, you're not in a good position just due to the fact that you don't have long range damage ability, and you're not providing utility for your team, and you're using your defense matrix. So ideally, you want to be more of a frontline tank as Diva.
Are you serious? Or
Like I think one of the issues right here and throughout the game is you're really focusing on Roadhog.
killed me at fucking
That's out of
range
position
over.
and not in the team fight. Whereas I think you should be more, try to be like impactful in the team fight, like playing near point more, and trying to kill targets with lower HPs first.
Cog fleet.
Good shit.
Are you kidding?
Good shit. No, he kills himself.
Like right here, a good spot to position yourself is like on top of this like porch right here, because it lets you rotate really effectively to wherever the team's coming. Like holding this angle right here is not bad either. Alright, so the Zenyatta got killed.
Routing power to forward shield. I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
That's unfortunate. Like ideally, you probably don't want to be playing at that stairs position just because there's not that much. It's just a narrow place to play. You should ideally play more towards the front of point. Like you won't get charged off the map if you play
Except for when you shoot at me.
play
I
more at
guess.
like open area. Oh, you shouldn't shift into a charge.
Do you have a boost?
8%.
Pass into the iris.
Fire at will.
Defense matrix activated.
Okay, right here you could be playing really aggressively just because your team just won that team fight super hard and killed 3 people.
Routing power to forward shield.
You don't have to like shoot this far away. You could literally just shift into the Diva and try to kill her as fast. That Lucy just wasted ult.
APM duel number
Experience
No powered up. Get in there.
You better get out of the way. Don't move. Time to raise my APM.
That was a good move.
Nice round.
That was really smart where
Someone
you weren't
took
tempted.
limbs
You
from
didn't ultimate just because you got nano boosted.
We shall die.
2 to 1.
Game on.
Hillary took Oregon. Trump took that.
Very,
4,
I
3.
Just that nigga, just that nigga.
B1.
Oh, I'll boop ya.
I'll boop you.
Routing power to forward barrier.
God, Junkrat, that's trash, dude.
Hit down the wall, take down the wall, take down the wall.
Bailing out.
Like right here at the beginning of the fight, you're pretty out of position just due to the fact that you were just by yourself and your team was nowhere near you, just because they don't have the same kind of mobility as you as Diva. And you didn't do very much in the team fight just because you were in a place that you couldn't really be very impactful. I think rather you should have just stuck with your team at first and use your defense matrix as like a utility to save your team. Just because your team doesn't have a frontline tank right now, it's basically you and Zarya, and without you and your defense matrix and them and the other team having a Reinhardt, they'll be able to put out damage really consistently without
Let's group up and
your
take it
team
back.
having an answer for it. I feel like you try to left click when you're really far away, where you'll do no damage. Like right there, there's a Zenyatta and a Mei in front of you, and I'm pretty sure you did like 10 damage at most.
Nice.
Boosters engaged. Start a blazer. 不许走，起来吧。
Alright,
Oh.
Zenyatta focus is your ideal target right there. Alright, you should be shifting towards the whenever soldier ults, you ideally want to just shift towards them and then defense matrix.
I have my ult.
Ah, soldier.
Don't move. Not one.
Experience tranquility.
Okay, you should look for a. Yep.
Quadruple kill.
Systems checked out.
It could have been smarter once you noticed
Yeah,
that the
don't get
Reaper actually killed everyone in the Graviton, that you saved your ult there.
Any of our
Quadruple
team
kill.
Salt, salt, salt.
Time to raise my APM.
Watch your back.
You got it, you want it? Ah.
Go to sleep.
He's asleep. Piggy's asleep, Piggy's asleep.
Shoot you down. Routing power to forward shield.
Nah.
Looks like you guys are going to lose this team fight.
I need healing.
That.
Experience tranquility.
Like ideally, right here, you're gonna try to stay alive as long as you can on the point, because you guys still have control of it, and you guys are getting percentage every second.
I've got you in my sights.
不许走。
Sweet.
If they take it, let's just regroup up. Let's just group up.
Oh, you shouldn't have used your ult right there.
I still love you.
See right there, so the percentage is 97 to 52. If you save your ult, you're going to be able to come back with your entire team and actually get a really good value ult for it, or a really good value for using it. Because your team only needs to win one more fight to win the game.
I'm going to shoot you down.
Such a hodgepodge mix of that and this and that.
Yeah, I booped the Lucio. Yeah, he died. Nice.
Oh, elbow.
Get through this. Damn it.
Alright.
Gravity of your ultimate.
Yes.
Let me know.
Fire at will.
Into the eye.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are going to win this.
May. In the corner.
Experience tranquility.
Freeze. Routing power forward barrier. 洗澡。口鼻喝着。
Yes.
Okay, you guys won that game. I'm just gonna go over general things. As Winston, I feel like you dive the Roadhog way too much, and I feel Roadhog should be almost the last target, unless he's extremely out of position and your entire team's going on him. I think there should be more focus on supports like Ana or in this case Zenyatta, because the utility they put out and they're the easiest targets to dive as a Winston or Diva. What else? Oh, you should try not to use ults in losing teamfight situations where you know you're not going to win the teamfight as a result of using your ult. I think that happened as Diva a few times. What else? Oh, I feel like sometimes like your positioning as Diva is kind of like too defensive, or where you could just easily be up in their face doing a lot more damage. Like if you're against a soldier, you want to be as close to him as possible, just because your damage is exponentially higher as Diva if you're closer to a target, whereas soldiers' range is like a lot longer than yours. And also, try not to be out of position in Diva where you're just by yourself. Like on this map specifically, there'll be situations where you'll play on the left side of the bridge, and your team will just be on like towards the right and like behind you. And in that situation, like you're not close enough to the enemy team where you're actually dealing damage. But you're also not in a position where your defense matrix could be useful. Other than that, I think you played really well.